So, hey YouTube, my name is Chris and this is your wonderful tarot card reading. I'm starting with 3 cards and I'm shuffling the cards, and there's the 6 of Swords and the 7 of Pentacles. Planting your seeds, taking good care of whatever you're planting for the future. It's not ready to harvest. You have to go somewhere. But the good news is you're leaving troubled waters. You might not be super enthusiastic about the change that is coming. Big change is coming. 10 of Swords, there's the old version of you. There's some old version, some old idea, some old consciousness that is just left behind. You're leaving it behind, the old version, whatever it is. Leaving troubled waters, going to better place, but as I said, you already planted your seeds. And there's the Fool card. Right? That looks pretty grim, but there's a brand new day. And you can see the yellow here in the brand, that's the brand new day. And that's the full yellow brand new day with the Fool card. So you're not enthusiastic about it. How do I do this like this? No. You're not enthusiastic about it. But there will be a brand new day. And I'm starting with the 7 of Swords again. Shows up all the freaking time. The 7 of Swords in my book is the narcissist. The narcissist of the tarot deck, the toxic player of the tarot deck. Someone who betrays this army in the background. That's one way of reading this card. But the world is full of these people, narcissists, right? If you really want to level up, you no longer engage in the fight, right? So you can identify with this army in the background, and then this is the narcissist stealing some swords, right? Sabotaging the army. But you can also say you're no longer fighting against windmills. You can't fight the fight against this army, right? So you're disengaging from the fight, from the drama. That's the story of the 7 of Swords, and I think with the 10 of Swords that we've seen, with the 6 of Swords that we've seen, so much Swords energy. Swords is kind of fighting, right? Distinguishing, arguing. There's the World card, and now I just pull them just like that. That's the High Priestess. Trusting your intuition. Your intuition might tell you, stop fighting. Okay? That's where you're coming from. The grumpy guy sitting under the tree with looking at his 3 cups, and there's the universe offering him joy and happiness. That's the Ace of Cups, by the way, here, offered to him. And he's a little grumpy and he sings, oh, what the heck, come on. You know? King of Swords. You're coming out of this as the King of Swords. So many swords energies. The foundation is Temperance. The crown is the cup that is offered to you. Okay? So, you've been through some shit. I tell you. With the 10 of Swords, right? With the 6 of Swords that we've seen. There's a new beginning at the horizon. And you're coming out of this by remembering joy. I would really say the Page of Cups is offering you joy. Something unexpected, you know? Something that might not be part of your initial plan. Something unexpected. There's a little fish jumping or lurking out of this cup that is offered to you, and in the past you didn't really care about that. You thought about your 3 cups, and then some offer from the universe came in and told you, hey, have you considered being happy? But you were very focused on Swords energy, there's a fighting element in swords, you know, distinctions, differences, cutting something in two, you know, making a distinction, right? Very intellectual. And, you know, it's a weapon. So you're ending the fight. That's the 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, of course. And by ending the fight, you become the King of Swords, who is very wise, right? Who learned his lesson and who learned how to stop fighting. There are things you can't change in this world. Narcissists everywhere in this world. That's just a fact. If you try to make it right, you know, it's not going to happen. It's like when, imagine you're a third class or third degree teacher in elementary school, right? You can't, you know, when pupils, students start third grade, right? And you're the teacher, you can't tell them everything on day one. That would be complete overload, you know? There might be, you think, oh, these are stupid third graders, you know, they don't know shit about anything and they're making so many mistakes and they're selfish and narcissistic and blah, blah. Here's the thing, how we do it. Here's the 4th grade, 5th grade university wisdom that I got, right? But that's not how it works. You can't educate those who are not ready to be educated. And if you try to do that, if you try to fix other people, if you try to fix the world, if you try to change the narcissist, if you try to save the narcissist, if you try to, oh, if I just explain it right, he might, she might understand, right? You're wasting your life doing that. And this is something that the King of Swords knows. The King of Swords knows when to fight and when to just sit on his throne and look. A little grumpy like all kings do. But, you know, the king has been going through sword stuff, right? The whole line of the swords cards, so to speak. That's the last card of the swords, the king. And you're disengaging. Why? Because your intuition, your cups energy, your water energy, hello, so much water, 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 temperance here. That's also a card of peace, you know, making peace. Inner peace is the most important thing that you can achieve. And it's an internal thing. That's the High Priestess here. And there's also blue here with the air element, you know. So be smart about it, but not just smart about it, be wise about it. And wisdom means that you're not just trusting your thoughts, your intellect, because maybe you have the better, of course you have. If you're a third grade teacher, right? Let's go back to a third grade teacher example, right? So you got this university degree, you're a teacher, you're in third grade, all these new peoples in front of you, dumb as fuck, you know, from a university teacher's perspective, right? But that's not how a good teacher sees the students. You have to have compassion, you have to take them as they are, and you can't give them all the lectures of grade 3, of third class basically, on day 1 or week 1 or whatever. You know, they have to make their mistakes, they have to do their thing. And just by accepting that they're not necessarily evil, there's this quote from the movie Don't Look Up, you know, they're not even smart enough to be as evil as we give them credit for. And just in accepting that, just in accepting there are evil people in this world, that's for sure. But you can't fight all the evil people. And you can't change and educate all the people who are not even smart enough to be as evil as we give them credit for, right? So disengage from that endeavor. This guy wants to change the world. This guy wants to fight this army in the background. But you know what? If you continue doing that, you're going to destroy yourself, right? You're just exhausting all your energy by changing people that are unchangeable or just not ready to be changed. And it's not your thing to change people. Your thing is to be temperance, you know, to maintain peace, inner peace. That's the highest achievement, right? Get some inner peace and maintain it. And so you need to balance stuff out. And you have been very much in your head and intellectual, and I want to crack this nut and I want to explain things. That's okay. But don't force it upon people, and don't make your happiness depending on this idea that others might get it, because they might not get it. You work on what is important for you. You got work to do. Do the work. You know? There's the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. Now we got, I said that's the Ace of Cups, right? 4 of Cups. There's the Ace of Cups. There's the Ace of Cups. Page of Cups. I would say also kind of offering the Ace of Cups, right? And here it is, Ace of Cups. That's all about self-love, you know, self-compassion. Compassion for other people and compassion for yourself. You do not have to change the world. You do not have to fix people. You do not have to educate people who are just not ready for it. Let them be what they are. Disengage from them if they are toxic. And that in itself is a form of self-love. Self-love in the position of the outside world. So you need to engage in the outside world, resting within yourself, being very sure of your self-love, right? Philautia, self-love. Loving yourself, respecting yourself, having good boundaries, keeping your inner peace, keeping your balance. That's the wisdom of the High Priestess. That's also the wisdom of the King of Swords, right? The Butterfly King. Hello. World card here at the bottom of the deck. There's the Emperor. Okay, from the King of Swords to the Emperor. And that's kind of another king. That's the Four of Pentacles. So you're going from the Four of Cups to the Four of Pentacles. That's beautiful. So mastership, right? Mastership through stepping down with your ambition, right? So you're actually going from that's the potential here, right? But I don't think this guy is happy, right? So you don't need to be the emperor. You can just work on yourself, right? Educate yourself, learn new things, be open to new lectures from the universe, new spiritual journeys. Have some fun with it. Allow yourself to have some fun with it because you owe it to yourself. Don't try to change the world. Don't try to fix people who are unfixable. And there's a fear connected to this need to fix other people. There's again, care of what you already got. You got something beautiful here. Take care of this, right? Instead of taking care of other people, I mean, by all means, take care of other people, right? Be kind to people, you know? But don't give it all away. There's the Emperor clarifying the Four of Cups. You've been going through some shit with the Five of Pentacles, that's for sure. There's the Knight of Cups now, more Cups energy, Two of Pentacles. Yeah, keep it in a balance, right? And what else we got? As the Page of Cups, again clarifying the Eight of Pentacles, the King of Wands. This is not exactly getting any clearer. You might have, there's the Ace of Cups, again clarifying the Four of Pentacles. So there's still work to do within yourself, right? Concentrate on that. You don't need to fix anybody, and you don't need to, I mean, if you've been going through so much shit, what we've seen, right? Okay, 2 cards fell out. I usually don't take 2, but in this case, they just came out. And they totally fit. Blue Earth Angel and a New Earth. Oh, yeah, a New Earth and the Blue Earth Angel. You are going to be a more effective teacher or leader or emperor or king of swords, right? If you accept that you still have something to learn, you know, that you don't know it all. And by accepting the wisdom of it, you're accepting that there are some fights that you can't win. You can't change certain people who might have mistreated you, who might have abused you, abandonment and things like that. You know, there's a heavy energy, narcissistic abuse energy with all these swords stuff here. Remember joy. See yourself as a pressure, right? Love yourself. Take good care of yourself. Build your own, rebuild your own life. And there must be joy and happiness in it. And you coming back to joy and happiness by remembering the wisdom that you already got. Namely that you can't change other people. And you shouldn't even try. I mean, we all try, but if it's not working, accept that. And focus your energy on yourself, not just on yourself. You can have wonderful relationships and take good care of people, but only those who deserve it and who are willing to take it, to take your gifts, you know? Don't waste them on people who are not capable of accepting and appreciating a gift. Because you're worth it. Love yourself and work on yourself. Higher vibration. Blue Earth Angel, you are expanding your awareness and evolving to a higher vibration. This vibration shift is a part of humanity's natural evolution. That's what's happening. It is occurring alongside rapid technological change. We're going to see a lot of rapid technological change very soon. This seems to be going faster and faster. The days and years fly by. This is why you should feel overly sensitive and emotional at times, and why there is so much fear and confusion in our world. Look back at our history, see that great change usually occurs in times of conflict and upheaval. Perhaps these conditions are necessary for major change to occur. The beautiful angel on this card is here to assure you that all is well and unfolding as it should. You are safe and humanity is on the right track, even though it may not always seem like it. Some outdated structures in our global fabric may need to fall along with some outdated views and mindsets. This is a necessary part of our evolution. A new era will soon be born, one of higher awareness and great love. You are part of this new world. That's nice. And Blue Earth Angel ends with this sad sentence, you are part of this new world, and then there is the new earth. It's number 19, and I'm going to read this too. Transformation. This card heralds the state of a positive transformation through which a part of you or a situation that troubles you is cleansed and healed. There's a renewed sense of optimism. The future seems bright as you try new things and make acquaintances and friends. This is a time to keep focused on what is occurring now. The past is behind you, bless it and let it go. The present is all that matters. Watch for any lingering guilt and don't overanalyze things, especially the past. Know that you deserve happiness, and it can only be found in the present. Embrace your new life. You have nothing to lose but much to gain. And when we talk about new life, with this Pentacles energy here, Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, there's something that you already got, right? Come back to that and take good care of it, because you have been focusing so much on the outside world, trying to fix people, trying to fight narcissists, trying to teach all the new third graders all the wisdom of the third grade and maybe even the fourth, which is not what good third grade teachers do, right? So don't do that. You have a right to be here and you have a right to be happy. So by all means, take good care of your shit. Set some nice little boundaries. Disengage with the fight. Disengage with the fight. The fear and the anxiety and the blockage is coming to you, this energy, because you're trying to achieve something that is not achievable. You can't fix the world. You can't save people who are not ready to get the message. So you just have to disengage, let go of this idea that you can fix other people. Let go of the hurt and the trauma that might have been done to you. And free yourself. Come back to happiness, to the moment, to joy. Blue Earth Angel, right? You learned a lesson. And the biggest lesson in this is self-love. Self-compassion, self-love, self-forgiveness. And then you can be of service to others and help other people, but only those who are ready to receive that energy. And you, by all means, also deserve your help, your love, your attendance, your care, right? So take good care of yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Disengage from the fight. You can't win this fight against all the a-holes of the world. Don't even try. Come back to happiness. Focus on yourself. You can give only, the level of love that you have for yourself, right? Is the level of love that you can give and receive from other people, to other people, from other people. I say this again. The level of love for yourself, the level of self-love, is the level of which you can receive love from other people or give love to other people. In other words, if you love yourself like this, right? Like down here, you can't receive love from other people like up here. You will only receive the love that you're giving to yourself, that you're capable and willing to give to yourself. If you love yourself like this, you can receive on the same level and give on the same level to other people. So that's enough. I guess that's all I got. If it spoke to you, it was way too long, I guess. But it is what it is, and it seems to be important, makes a lot of sense. Everything's well. Blue Earth Angel, New Earth, you're coming out of this. Let it go. Don't try to change the world. Concentrate on yourself. Concentrate on happiness. Be happy by all means. And the necessary precondition for this is to love yourself. Be good and kind to yourself and take good care. There's this gift from the universe, something unexpected. Work on it. Do it. And that's all I got. I hope it resonates with you. And if it does, share, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about it. Yeah. Now, but that's all I got. Ciao. See you soon.